Back, baby! I know you all missed me last week, but here I am, back at them. So this week's announcements, there was a lot of cool things that they talked about on the National Wake Up Call, so I'll run over those real quick. So not only did they extend the Lift 4 and Mes de Mas Challenge Pack special, woohoo, awesome for business, they also put To Be Mindset back on a Challenge Pack special. So if you guys have people that aren't ready to commit to a fitness program, get them plugged into To Be Mindset. This is an opportunity. We have 2 programs right now, or well, 3 programs that no matter where people are at in their journey can fit the build, and they are on sale this month. To Be Mindset Nutrition only, Mes de Mas and Lift 4, Lift 4, fitness and nutrition. So there is no reason we shouldn't be signing people up like crazy.
So I have to go because I'm jumping.
Hop on that. And then beat your best. So I know a lot of girls on our team killed it last month. So make sure that you're looking on the Beat Your Best link in the Beachbody website so that you're seeing what kind of medal you achieved. I was trying to think of the right word and it just was like off my brain. So check it out. They're going to be updating the final list for that on August the 9th, which is just around the corner. And To Be Mindset certification. So we talked about it a little bit at Summit, after Summit. So To Be Mindset, they're going to be releasing a certification. So if you want to get more dialed into nutrition or be an expert so that you can help your customers and your clients get better with dialing into the program, get on this certification. It's going to be on sale when it launches, and the pre-sale for it starts tomorrow. And I believe it is $99 for the certification. So that is a great way to add it to your resume. I know nutrition is something I struggle with, so I totally plan on doing the certification. You do it video-based, at home, on your own time. And it's a great way to just really become better experts at what this is all about. So check all those out. Lots of great stuff going on, so keep rocking it.
Thank you, Bree. Glad to have you back and hope you had a great birthday. I had some recognition real quick. So, gosh, you guys, holy crap. First off, can we just give ourselves a round of applause because we earned $1,000 last month towards International Justice Mission for, I think it was 5 of us beat our best last month, if I did the math correctly. So don't quote me on it. But I'm super duper proud of you guys. We also broke a team record for helping 52 people get started last month. That is killer, and that is why we do what we do. So that's props to every single one of you, and I'm super proud of you guys. I also wanted to shout out, I know Allie Loy always is putting the baby down right now, so she watches these recordings, but she's in month 2 of Success Starters. So this is her last month to earn her free ticket to Summit by hitting Success Club. So let's keep rallying around her. She's been doing lots of long hours, and that's pretty cool to get your Summit ticket for free. So as you guys have new coaches come on, make sure that they're getting started right, that they're plugging into the coach training. I know Nina just announced a new coach. Make sure you guys shout her out. That's pretty cool to not pay the almost $200 for your Summit ticket by doing that. I also, if you heard a familiar name on the National Wake Up Call today, Jacqueline Williams got shouted out for hitting diamonds. So make sure you guys shout out her, Jill, and Bree. I know Bree's on here, Bree Walls. So shout out to y'all. And we did something 2 weeks ago. We're in our 2nd week of qualification for 4-Star Diamond, and I totally almost forgot about shouting it out last week. So I just wanted to say thank y'all for continuously showing up, because that's a team goal, that's a we goal, and none of that would be possible. And I say it all the time, but they may put my name attached to it, but I really think that it should be the team name, because none of that would be possible without y'all. What other recognition? We had a lot of coaches hit Success Club too, so check the team page for that. Anybody else have any? I feel like Claire's wanting to say something.
Well, I want to shout out my coach, Megan, who literally traveled to Europe last month. And even though you may not have been able to work out like every day like you had originally thought or planned, you still showed up. You were still like pretty reasonably like active for literally being on a Euro trip, where I know that most of us, probably including myself, to be quite honest, would just completely unplug. And you've been rocking as a new coach, and I know you're having a tough day, but you still showed up here tonight. So I just wanted to give you some love, because I know I've know what it's like to have a really crappy day and want to plug Beachbody and coaching out, but we are here for you. We love you, and I'm really proud of you.
Yay. Love that love. All right, guys. So, hey, Megan. Feel free to blow up the chat, y'all. Anything else? Any other recognition? Anything? All right, guys. So, man, I have been like, I don't know, this weekend. So you guys know I was staying at Liz's house again this weekend, and make sure you guys keep loving on her and Claire as they kind of go through this tough time. But I really took some time to unplug this weekend a little bit, which I don't do very often. You guys know I love what we do. I love being a coach. I love helping more of you guys realize your potential. And so like things that happened like last month, like despite all the crap that we went through, is just mind blowing to me, because for me, it makes me think like, oh my gosh, imagine when we're all on the same 4 cylinders running together and full steam ahead and feeling really good about our own fitness journey and the way we're taking our daily routine on. So I was trying to think about like what I wanted to speak to, because honestly, I haven't done like a team call in a while. We've had a lot of guest speakers, and those are going to continuously come your way, because I think it's important for me too to continuously learn from other people and hear what other leaders are doing. But I wanted to talk tonight about kind of pressing the reset button. You know, it's the first Monday of the month in August, and I was kind of feeling like I got hit by a train after last month, to be honest, because it's like when all your friends are going through a lot of stuff, that tends to weigh on you. Like, I don't know if anybody else felt this way. And for me, it was really important to like talk to some of you and reach out to some of you and know that you guys are my family. And I love you guys so much for being my friends first. But how do we take these things, you know, and create, and some of you have been doing amazing, like you're totally rocking and everything's on all 4 cylinders. So I don't want you to think like, oh, I got to be dragged down into this. But I think it's important to address the elephant in the room, that some of us are struggling right now, right? Both personally, professionally, mentally, and that's okay. But what's not okay is staying stuck in the stuck, right? Wouldn't you agree? Because like, it's so much more fun to live your life in happiness and thriving and doing the things that are good to your routine and all that. But how do we get there, right? How do we get from where we are to where we want to be? And the reality is like, yeah, last month we hit 4-star, which is incredible. But like, you guys know that was just a first stepping stone to the next level. And every time that I set new goals for myself as a coach, it's like that moment of like, oh my God, but like, I don't know all of this, and this isn't working, and I need to change this, and I need to figure out this, and I need to know this. And then it's just like information overload, and I get stalled and stuck into where I even begin to start. So I shared the video. How many of you guys watched the Brian Dawkins video I shared? And it's totally okay if you haven't yet. This weekend. I know it was like a little, if you weren't an Eagles fan or whatever, it was a little bit much, but it was important for me to remind you guys that I listen to personal development, not just Beachbody, and that there's mentors out there that are important for you to find. Like football is I love the analogy of being on offense instead of being on defense, especially when it comes to this business, because I was kind of feeling like I was on defense. I was talking to Danielle this weekend, and I was like, oh, I kind of forgot we had to do the sneak peek, and like, oh, how do we do the hub? And like all these things that I'm normally on my game, I was like, what is happening? And so I had to press the reset button and think about, okay, what can I learn from this moment? How can I grow from it? How can I use it to teach you guys and teach myself to level up, right? Because yeah, the goals are great, and achieving them is great, but what you become in the process of taking on this journey of being a coach and going through the hard stuff is just like life. And it's just, it's what you do with it and how you choose to look at it that takes you from where you are to where you want to be, and feeling that joy. So tonight's going to kind of be a little bit preacher, maybe. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. But I am going to try to also bring you some real life like vulnerability that I haven't really shared maybe before. So I hope you guys can and really soak it in and unplug from your phones and really just listen, because it is important, and we're all present and here, and we're here to learn and grow. So so Brian Dawkins talked, if you didn't get a chance to watch the video, he talked about, he just was inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, which is like the best of the best, like really hard to get into. And he had been nominated many times before and never been accepted as a nomination. He was like one of the smallest players. He never got picked for anything. He almost quit and did basketball, all the things, right? And he was told he would never make it in the NFL. And then when he did make it in the NFL, guys, he was plotting how to commit suicide because he wanted to make sure his wife had enough money. And it was like, damn, like you look at somebody who you think is so successful and has it all together, and now he's coaching his team that he used to play for. And to know that he was going through that is like, brings it back to like, we're all human. And we're all people and have feelings and have things that we go through. And how can we look at those things we go through as coaches and use them to empower more women, right? I was just on a call with a potential challenger tonight, and I was just like, I totally understand how you feel, but just having this community to be able to voice those feelings is like second to none. Like I can't even put a price tag on it, because what we do is really special, guys. So make sure you watch that Brian Dawkins video if you haven't. I thought it was super powerful. So I'm going to bring you guys some content from something that Steph and Brianna and I saw at Summit from Melanie Mitro. And she did this presentation on being from relentless to refined. And I think even more than that, it's finding the courage to do your vision your way, even through the stuff. And so when I think of myself, and I think of a lot of you and our team, the characteristics I think of are consistency, grit, determination, family, supportive, empowering, kind individuals who want the best truly for each other over anything else, right? These are things that I think of when I think of our team. And, you know, as we went through all this stuff, it always goes back to like, you have a choice every day to stay where you are or to learn and grow through it. And I think back to all the times that it's been hard in my business, and you make mistakes, guys. You send messages that you shouldn't send, or you put a post up that maybe doesn't work, or you get on the phone and you totally blank out and have no idea what to say to your potential coach. That's just the reality of it, right? But what can you learn from those things? What can you grow from them? Like, how can you level up your mentality and your thought process to be the coach you truly want to be? And for me, that was going to Super Saturday. For those of you guys that don't know, my first encounter with Carl Deichler is when I literally flew to Tampa. I went to Super Saturday. I was making like $100 a month, barely covering my Shakeology. And my coach messaged me and she's like, hey, Carl and Autumn are going to Tampa. You want to come with me? And I was just like, yeah, why not? Like, that's just the person that I was. I saw the vision before I even saw the vision. And I wasn't hitting Success Club. I wasn't making money. I didn't have a team. I sure as heck didn't have coaches. Claire was still 6 months out from saying yes to me. I did not have my ish together. But something inside of me was just like, put it on the credit card and go. And I went into a room of 800 people, and I was like, whoa, this is like a thing. Like, what the heck am I getting myself into? But at the same time, it's like, this is super cool. And meanwhile, I have coaches I've looked up to on YouTube exchanging Louis Vuittons behind me. And I was like, whoa, where do I get one of those? But I really just saw the vision through Carl. And it was being in that room that made me draw the line in the sand to create these characteristics for our team, to embody never giving up no matter what, to embody having that grit and that consistency and that hustle, to not care what other people think of me, just be authentically myself, just keep showing up, just keep being consistent, and knowing that over time, rinsing and repeating, I would figure it out. Not caring what the random guy from high school told me when I went home that, like, what are you doing that Beachbody thing for? Or not caring when my parents barely even asked me anything about it. I love them dearly, but even to this day, they still have not congratulated me for stuff that we've hit this year, because they just don't get it, right? And so I saw that vision from Carl, because he is like if you haven't listened to like hours of him on YouTube, start putting it in your PD, because the man is like, he's like a second grader, but he's a genius in mindset and belief and bringing people together. And so I wanted that. And I could see how I could make a difference by just showing somebody else what's possible. But I got comfy, guys. Like, I had been comfy for the past 3 months before that. I didn't see results. I wasn't losing weight. The only thing I was doing was drinking Shakeology every day. That's it. Like, the rest of it, I was like, oh, I'm teaching group fitness, so I'm healthy and fit. Meanwhile, I was 25 pounds overweight and hating trying on all the clothes that I had. So I need you guys to understand this, because I think sometimes we look at coaches that are successful, and obviously I'm still nowhere near where I want to be, but like, I want you to know that I've lived where you have maybe lived, okay? And it's okay. It's part of the journey, and it's part of the evolution of who you are and who you're becoming. So all I did when I got home from that trip was I just shared my passion and excitement every day. I brought my energy. I never stopped showing up. And I know some of you are like, damn it, Danielle. But I didn't, right? When I've never not posted, even when I didn't want to, when I felt like I had nothing to say, when I went through family deaths. And this isn't to say that I'm better. I just drew a line in the sand and said, this is what's acceptable for me and where I want to go and the team I want to build. And so I'm giving you permission tonight, as you hear this, to let it be your line in the sand. Like, there's no difference between me and you besides time and consistency. You know, it's like that downwards escalator. I don't want to say elevator. That downwards escalator. This is what this business is. It's that little kid running up the downwards escalator, trying to figure it out, trying to get to the top, running against the escalator, trying to beat the speed. And every time you post, every time you do your workout, every time you share your transformation, every time you get on a team call, every time you listen to the national wake up call, every time you are bold and get on Facebook Live, those things help you stay consistent, right? Maybe not to the top, but they help you stay consistent. And then months like last month, where a lot of you stepped up to the plate and you were like, you know what? I am going to hit Success Club no matter what. I am going to help people no matter what. I am going to drive to Diamond with my team and find people who want to run this business. And a lot of you are like Nina, seeing that consistency that maybe didn't look like it paid off the past couple months is now paying off, because the girl's freaking almost at Success Club before even me. Right? But if she had stopped and gone back down the escalator, she would have had to build it all the way back up again. And we do this a lot in our minds, where it's like, well, this happened and this sucks, so I'm just going to sit in my corner, right? And I'm just going to sit in it, and it doesn't feel good, and I'm not going to talk to anybody about it, and I'm going to shy away. There's coaches on our team that I love, and it hurts my heart that they pull away from the one thing that is beautiful in their life, right? That they probably don't want to hear what I have to say, but it's the god darn truth, right? That what we have is amazing. And what we have is special, guys. And you should never be ashamed of sharing that, of showing it, of talking about it. Like, when's the last time you got on the phone and talked to somebody about this? Because I did it with Nina tonight, and I was like, this fired me up. Like, I was just like so excited with her, and I got on with one of my future challengers too, because it brought the thing I was like soul searching for this weekend. Like, what is that thing in me that I love so much? And I just had to speak it. That was it. And I'm going to do a Facebook Live after this. You guys can hold me to it because I just needed to speak my vision. You know, sometimes we spend hours coming up with this perfect post and this perfect thing to say. Guys, nobody probably even reads them because our society is like, boom, their attention span is like that. Get on a Facebook Live and just speak your truth. What if you just got on live every single day for the rest of the month and talked about what you're doing? You know what I mean? So I also think it's important to talk about this, and I shared this with the Emerald Tribe this weekend, that I got in a rut for like a while of being instant on this business, of feeling like I had to be attached to my phone and answer all the messages because I love this, right? It's so exciting. It's so great. And I had to tell my emeralds, I was like, I love y'all, but I got to create some boundaries because this was like, I was just like getting sucked dry from just hearing story after story after story on our team of just all the hard stuff that I needed to fill my cup up and just breathe for me, do something for me this weekend. And that's okay. I want you to have permission to know that's okay, but what's not okay is just like flying by the seat of your pants and hoping that it works out, because it doesn't work that way, right? So I want to say to you guys, as we start a new month, this is the time to set your intentionality, right? And really ask yourself, what does success look like for me come August 31st? You know, that's about 4 weeks from now. I never like to say that's tons of time, because if you put in your mind that's tons of time, then you're like, well, I'll just fart around all month and I got tons of time. No, like, be intentional with what you're doing each week. You know, what is the message that you're sharing on your social media? Are you just sharing to share? Or are you learning through your coach training what to be sharing? Are you asking questions in your message pod? Hey guys, can you check out this post and let me know what you think? Are you looking at your posts? Because I do this almost every day. I look at my posts and I say, okay, what went well? What didn't go well? How can I improve? Or I'll say, Claire, what do you think of this post? I actually asked her last week. Like, I stay in that student mindset, because some days I don't know what the hell I'm saying, guys. And this is just proof that you don't have to know it all to create whatever it is you want out of this, whether it's financial freedom or growing a team or seeing results. But what you have to have is the vision for where you're going and the intentionality behind what you're doing each day, right? You know, like, what is the date you're going to hit the next rank? If you're pushing for Emerald, hit it this week. Help 2 people. Super duper easy. If you're pushing for Diamond, which I know a lot of you are like inches away, don't wait till August 31st. Give yourself a week and do it, because it's so much more fun to test yourself in those challenges, right? Same thing with 5-star. We're still pushing, and I even leveled it up and say, why not go for 6? Because that to me means we're just helping more people as a team, you know? But don't wish away the journey at the same time. You know, I think for me, a long time, I used to say, well, when I make $1,000 a month, I'll feel successful. Or when I hit 2-star diamond, then I'm just going to be great. Or when I, have 3 coaches, this team's just going to be amazing to me. And not that those aren't all amazing, but don't wish away your journey. Don't wish away the daily wins that you have along the way. I think as women, we are so hard on ourselves, guys. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from challengers. Like, you can see it in the hub when they post their progress photos and they're like, oh, well, this week was just horrible and I'm off my nutrition and this just sucked. And I'm like, no. Like, how about you just tell me a win of the week? Like, focus on the one thing that did go well. And so I want you all to watch your wording and what you share in our community, because you're a reflection of what we spread as a team. And so if I were to post, well, I had 5 glasses of wine and I feel like crap and I did horrible and this just sucks, what kind of attitude would that be giving to our community? Instead, I could say, you know what, I really fell off the nutrition game this weekend. I had too many cocktails, but I already set my meal plan for this week. I'm going to share it here. This is what's working well for me to get back on track. Like, use your obstacles as learning tools to give to other people. That, my friends, that is like, bottle it up and sell it. That is success right there. because relatability is so much more special than being perfect. The current obstacle that you're facing in your life, because we all have them, whether it's big or small, right? It could just be you, I don't know, had chips this weekend. It wasn't per the plan on the day you thought. Or it could be something really big, like, you know, going through a huge stress at work or making a life shift, whatever it is. Instead of looking at the obstacle as why is this happening to me? And this is hard to do, but hear me real clearly. Looking at the obstacle as preparing you for the next step in your life. And not just as a coach, but as a person. Because I saw this quote and it stuck with me throughout July. God doesn't give you mountains you can't move. And I'm not super religious, but I really believe that. Or it could be life doesn't give you mountains that you can't move, right? They're there for a reason. They're there for you to teach. And you guys have a platform to use that obstacle to help others as you work through it. And I think a lot of times our team struggles with, well, how do I share the thing if I can't share the thing? This is something Danielle and I talk about a lot this past month, because you don't need to go share all your deep, dark secrets to be real and relatable. You can share how you feel. You can share your thoughts. You can share the emotions that you're going through without sharing, oh my God, this is what freaking happened to me, you know? Like for 3.5 weeks, I couldn't share about my niece. I couldn't talk about her whatsoever. But I shared that I was going through something tough that was testing me, that was pushing me to my limits and not keeping me on my game. But I used it to instead pour kindness into others, to talk to more people than I ever had before. Because I knew if I could control that and that was something I could focus on that was positive in my life. And if I can't control her care, at least I can control who I touch. You know?
Can I just jump in really quick? Sorry. The life is happening to me. One of the quotes that I saw that's been really helpful is, life isn't happening to me, it's happening for me. And I think just shifting mindsets to that too. Like, again, it's that mountains that you do move mountains. Wait, and can you fix that one? God doesn't give you mountains you can't move. Your obstacles, it's happening for you, for your growth, for your whatever you're needing in your life, a change of some sort. So, sorry.
No, it's funny. Claire wrote that in the chat, so we're all on the same page. See, I know where you guys are living. I know. But you have to choose to just learn through it, and be okay with being a human and living in the mess and making your mess your message. Because imagine if it could just help somebody else. Wouldn't that make you feel a little bit better about the crap you're going through? You know what I mean? Like, I can't control what happens to me tomorrow. I could walk across the street and I don't know. But I can control how I react and my attitude and the way that I share my heart and the way I speak to people. So something that kind of helped me is like, the number of failures that you go through is more opportunity to get it right. So like if you didn't hit Success Club last month, so what? You're one step closer to doing it because you went through a month and you helped somebody, or you learned how to be a better coach because you're diving into your training, or you traveled and you showed people how to stick to a routine like Megan did. You know what I mean? So like the failures are a really good thing. We didn't hit 5-star. Did I sit back and cry? Heck no. Guys, I'm missing out on a huge Vegas trip with corporate that I could have brought so much content back to y'all. I would be fired up being at that leadership conference. But here's the deal. Life goes on and it just wasn't meant to be. And I get to now show you guys it's okay to miss a goal. It's not okay to sit and sulk about it. Like the train keeps moving. And I will totally 100% admit, I haven't helped one person this month yet. And it tore me apart this weekend because you guys know I am just like relentless about hitting Success Club early in the month. Because I don't like to live in, oh my God, I got to do this. I got to hit Success Club. And then it becomes this thing that isn't authentic and it isn't natural. And it's a stress in my life and it's not joyful. And I was literally cleaning out my closet this weekend, and I felt like I was purging those onion layers off of me. Like, it's okay. You know what I mean? And just like throwing all that negative thoughts out as I was throwing out like way too big of clothes, just saying, I don't know why I held on to them. But I shifted my mind from I to we. Like, what do we want as a team this month? And I'm asking you guys, I'm asking you to share it in the chat. This is like totally a conversation, because instead of me focusing on all the things I wasn't doing or I wasn't achieving or I'm not at yet, I had to shift and say, you know what, Danielle, but like, look at what we did last month. What can we do this month that's even more fun and more joyful and more rewarding and more challenging? Because the joy is through the challenge, but also a way that's going to bring us more together, you know? So, you know, guys, the things that you go through in life, they shape you. They bring you into the person that you are. And what I have found is when I get stuck or feel like the unknown is upon me, I go look at like leaderboards I share with you guys. When you guys make it on our larger team leaderboards, I can do that more often. I go look at the top of the leaderboard and I say, okay, who can I learn from? You know, I want to hit Success Club 50 this month. Okay, that person's doing it. I'm going to go study her and interview her and look at what can I learn from her that I can do better. Not focus and obsess over, but like Mackenzie last week, I saw she was at the top of the leaderboard. And so I said, girl, get on our team call. I want you to share with them because you're on fire right now. Like, that's because I need to learn from her and I need to see what she's doing well too. And so it's staying in that state of being a student. You know, we don't go to Beachbody College, right? Like, there's no 4-year degree. You can't get your certificate. I can't say, oh, do 21-day fix and you are golden. You are set for success. It just doesn't work that way. You know, some of us, it takes 7 programs like me. It took 8 months to hit diamond like me. It took 5 months before I started hitting Success Clubs consistently. But I'm still doing it, you know? So like, don't forget I'm a slow starter too, and it's okay. But you just keep showing up and keep learning and growing through the people that you want to be more like. So I really encourage you guys, you know, especially within this team, if you see somebody rocking it, reach out to them and say, I'd love to set up a call with you and just like pick your brain. Or I'd love for you to get on the phone with me and speak to a future challenger. Or, hey, let's just have a like chat one day if you have time. What else? What else did I want to say? You know, I think that it's important to say that when you go through tough times in your life and this business, because it ebbs and flows, y'all, it is not a straight line. If you haven't figured that out yet, like I said, it's not A plus B equals C. I can't say, okay, Megan, go message 100 people, put up a post for the next 30 days and you will hit Success Club. I can't tell you that because I don't know, right? Most likely it will, but it's different for everybody. I wish it could. But to me, the tough times that we go through as a team, and still seeing how many of you, 13 people on here tonight, that's who I want to work with. I don't want to work with people that give up when it's easy, right? I want to work with the people that hang in when it's tough and do it anyways. And that's what we did last month, guys. That means that there's heart work in here that is so much bigger than all of us. And it's bigger than just one person. It's all of us together. And that's the people that I want on my team. And that's why I like, it just brings me chills to know what we're capable of as we continue to learn and grow through all these things. So, you know, oftentimes we don't see in the moment how we get to this next thing. Like Claire will tell you, over the past 4 years, she has asked me like, but how do I do it, Danielle? How do I get to that next thing? Like, she always wants to just like, I know, I can hear her sometimes through the phone, like, just tell me. I can't tell you how besides consistency and grit and hard work and plugging into a training and asking questions and all the things you do as students. But I can tell you a story. I'm sure you're like, damn it. But my first year in the real world, 6 months into being in architecture, if you guys don't know my story, I pretty much applied to 15 different schools every single year of college and got rejected to 90% of them. And I had good grades. I was involved. I was in a sorority. I played sports, all the things you want in an application. So I had went to graduate school, finally got my master's. Great. Go into the real world, think I'm going to crush it, do all my architecture exams because you got to take 7 of them. Now it's 5 to actually be a licensed architect. At 6 months in at my job, they sit me down in this meeting and they're like, you know, you get those meetings where you get really super anxious and you're like, you don't know what they're going to say. And they'll probably never see this video and I don't even care, but they told me, his comment was, here's your Christmas bonus. We thought you'd be a rock star. Yeah. So I had 2 choices in that moment. I could sit there and say, well, what was the last 10 years worth? Or what can I learn through this? And about that same time I heard that comment is when I booked that flight to Tampa, when I went and saw Carl in Autumn, and when I never missed a month of Success Club from here on out. And every single month for I don't even know how many months, probably it's almost over 40 now, help 3 people. So when I tell you guys, you have the ability to be the rock star of you, of your journey, of your challenger's journey, of your team, and you don't need anybody to tell you you're a rock star or you aren't. And if you need to hear it from me here first, you're all freaking rock stars, okay? And this can literally change your life if you let it. But you can't listen to all the external stuff that's going to deter you from being your best you, because your best you is what your challengers need, what your future team needs, what this team needs. And we don't level up or press reset or go anywhere unless we all decide to be our own rock stars. So it ain't about the accolades. It's not about achieving the goals. It's about the journey you go on, and it's about the mindset you have and what you share through those things, because that is how you become a successful coach in the process, guys. And I believe in every single one of you more than you would ever know, because I know what it feels like to feel not so appreciated. And that's why I really believe in this team and what we do in our friendships. So I don't know if that helped. I don't know if that spoke to you, but I just wanted to get real with you guys tonight. And I don't even know how long I spoke. Oh, 38 minutes, sweet. So if you guys have questions or something hit your heart, I'd love to hear it. And even look at the chat box. Yes, sorority sisterhood. Well, so like, here's a question while we're all here and we have 5 minutes. What do you guys want this month? As a team, as yourself?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I get so fired up and I get really excited. Well, not only because Danielle usually fires me up, but like running with all of you guys last month is why I was running. Like, I wasn't just running because I wanted to run. I mean, I wanted to run, but when I get to look around and see that there's other girls that are like, that obviously, like, we all know Danielle's running regardless, right? But it's really awesome to be like, wow, there's other girls that are on this team that want to run and do this with me, even if you're not like exactly like on my team, or even if I haven't met you or I don't know you. Like, that fired me up. Like, that got me to push and show up every day, and I love that camaraderie. So I don't know if anybody else like feels this way, but like, I don't just want to like repeat and push for 5-star, but I want to keep running with you guys. I want to keep that momentum going. So like, I'm with you, Danielle. Like, help us like keep like, it's not your job, but I mean, like, I'm with you. I want you to know that like, I'm with you to push for 6-star, because I love that level of accountability, that level of energy. And I hope that like the rest of you guys who are on this call, like, want the same thing too and want to keep running, because that was super baller last month. Like, I got to spend so much time like in the trenches with you guys, and Lord knows I know I personally need it because I have a certain someone coming soon. So that's what I want.
Danielle, did you want to go first? Okay. All right. So last month was really hard for me personally. A lot of ish. But I want to say right now I'm not going to wallow. I'm drawing the line in the sand and I'm moving forward. And I want to cry because it really was rough. But I know that I need to make 6-star. So I don't know who wants to be 7, 8, and 9, but I know that I'm going to be our 6-star. So I want to know who's going to be 7, 8, and 9.
Well, what I'm wondering is there's a lot of you that really want to push for higher rankings, and you know, it sounds like it was really helpful last month. I know, like, I jumped on a bunch of power hours, so like, would it be helpful for us to schedule power hours that are just set? I know we planned one for Thursday this week that's at 8:00 Eastern, but I know like my Colorado people, that's dinner time. So, and then we have people in California-ish, Sydney? No? Yeah? Okay. I mean, I don't know, but there's some people in Colorado for sure because they're here with me. So like, would it be helpful if we scheduled some various times where, you know, it's just set up to happen, and whether there's a diamond leader on there or whether it's just a bunch of emeralds and new coaches hopping on and kind of being there for one another? Would that be helpful to you guys? Like,
All right, so why don't we do this? Because I want to respect y'all's time too. Thursday night at 8, we're going to do a power hour. And basically what that is for new coaches is helping you learn how to start talking to people, how to start engaging with people, and how to build your business essentially, and share what we do behind the scenes to actually make Success Club happen and make Emerald happen. Because I know Danielle was grilling me like, what are all these terms? Which I so appreciate. But Thursday at 8, and if there's a different time that works for you, message in the pod. But what I want you guys to do when you get off this call is I want you to share in your message pod, what does success look like for you August 31st, and share your goals out loud. Because every month when I start a new month, if I don't write my goals down, which I clearly didn't this month, the intentionality is gone. So don't take this call and sit on it. Get in your message pod right now and go share what goals are going to be meaningful for you to achieve come August 31st. Because like I said, when I see y'all on 4 cylinders and pushing and working and showing up, that fires me up to be my best. And that's where I thrive. So I really encourage you to not only share yours, but shout out the other people on the pod that aren't here right now, because they need our support and help to get through what they're going through and find the belief inside of them. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I have some more exciting guest speakers coming for not the rest of the month, but later this month. And I thank you for giving me your time and your hearts and your efforts. And I so appreciate every single one of you. And I know that the best is really yet to come. All right, my friends, morning workout buddies, I will see you in the AM. Go get some sleep, and I can't wait to see your goals. See you guys.